Hello and welcome to Method of the Meadness. I am Burley Mullins and we are bottling the Valheim Mead of Minor Healing Mead. Okay, as you heard from the intro, I'm just going to be bottling the Minor Healing Mead from Valheim. Going to be giving it a preliminary taste at its final form after secondary fermentation, and see about how long I want to let it sit in the bottles before I do the final tasting video here on Method of the Meadness. And then I'll also be getting the final gravity reading and let you know what the ABV is. We'll get there when we get there. As you might have remembered from my last bottling video, I decided to ditch the bottling wand. With the siphon, it's just not a very fun process. With some of my other equipment, it'll probably work just fine, so I'm keeping it around. And I will do... let me know in the comments below if you want to see the equipment that I have currently and what I have planned for the future. But in the meantime, we'll get to bottling this. I've done the bottling countless times. You can check some of those other videos. But for now, let's just go ahead and get these filled up. Yeah, it's so hard to tell what final yields will be on these, incredibly small batches of mead. There's a lot of variability, especially in the siphoning process, and what I leave behind and what I take with me from primary to secondary and from secondary to bottling. I try to salvage as much of the usable mead as I can while getting a crystal clear product, if I can help it. My sparkling meads aren't going to be crystal clear, just due to the nature of sparkling meads. So this time I got a little bit more than 3.5 bottles, which I'm perfectly happy with. Gonna do a quick final gravity reading. Okay, now that I've got the information I needed, I'll go ahead and put the, what the actual final ABV ended up being, right around here. Yeah, that should be right. And how about we give this a taste? The color is definitely influenced from both the berries and the dandelion roots. The smell is almost all of the raspberries and blueberries. Very refreshing. The honey just adds structure to it. Like it is there, it is noticeably a honey product. Behind the punch of those berries. Although you would be forgiven for mistaking it on first sniff, especially if you're not familiar with mead. And honey might not be the first thing that your mind goes to. on smelling this, that, you know, that warm sweet smell instead of just the plain sweet or the metallic sweet of like sugar or sugar substitutes. It's still on the sweet side, very fruit forward. The dandelion earthiness kicks in very much on the back end. This is a much more subtle mead now than it was when I switched from primary to secondary, which is what I had hoped. Everything is much more gradual, much less spiky. This will actually probably be ready to drink in its final form relatively soon. This ended up being a short mead. If you watch my most recent video on the subject, right, cha, about the different mead types, this would count as a short mead, on top of being a melomel metheglin. I can't get over the nose. It's absolutely stunning. Sorry for sounding disgusting while I aerate it, but, you know, trying to get those retronasals, you know, the retronasal olfactory sense in on the action, to see what more I can eke out of this. And it does sharpen a bit when you do that, not unpleasantly so. But everything that I had talked about earlier just all came more forward, if that makes sense. You know, this is, I would call this semi-sweet, from the meads that I've made. And this ended up being very good. If you like this content, please remember to like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment below. And leave a comment below if you want to see more of this, if you have any pop culture memes that you'd like to see me recreate. I'd love to hear from you. Share these videos out to your friends. That's currently the best way to support the channel. Just the only way to support the channel outside of pleasing the algorithm at the moment. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able, you know, I wouldn't be doing this without you guys who've been interacting on the posts. Thank you very much. This has been Method the Meatness. I'm Burley Mullins. See you next time.